Okay, I just wanted to thank everybody for coming, first of all. And we're going to thank our sponsors and all the specialists that are here. So thank you, sponsors and specialists, for coming. Dr. Matosian especially. And for the people that know me well, over the past couple of weeks, I've been just on fire talking about values and where's my dad?
He might be
Russ Berger?
Right here.
That. How you talking? So we all have, parents, and we all have kind of our values and who our parents and our grandparents and our people, build us to be. And it's just interesting in life that kind of like attracts like, so when somebody has a similar value set, whether it's a staff member that's worked for you for 30 years, or maybe you have a young practice and they've just worked with you for a year and you just got a feeling like that person really gets me and wants to help me get to that next level, and you kind of want to help them get to their next level in their life. Or you have a staff member that just wants money, just like that Simon Sinek TED talk, like start with your why, and go out from there. If you've never seen that, you've got to watch that TED talk. It's a great one. So I happened to get a job with Burkhart years ago, and if you guys work with Shine or Patterson and you have a good relationship with those reps, I'm not here to try to convince you about anything at all. I mean, if you've got a good value set and that compares with those guys, that's great. Continue the relationship.
Should I still lock the door?
Yeah. But the Burkhart family and my family and my grandparents, there's a similar value set with those people, and I had a chance to meet some other people's mentors this past Friday, and those guys have the same value set. Because I think their whole teaching institute and that boat could burn down, and that guy, as long as his kids and his grandkids were okay, he'd be okay with that. I don't think he cares much about that stuff. And that's pretty special. So in the business environment, Burkhart has a problem. We have Jeff Bezos is coming after my ability to provide for my family. And Amazon, carries dental supplies, and they cost less than Burkhart. Why would you buy supplies from somebody that costs more? Unless the person cared about you and they cared so much that they helped lower your cost by getting free goods and this and that. So I'm not too concerned because the Burkhart family has the right value set. And on the back of my business card, on the website, you see integrity, knowledge, client success. And those three things really boil down to one simple thing, and it boils down to that the Burkhart family really cares. If we carried bathroom supply products, we would work with the best property management people. We happen to sell dental supplies. We care about people, and we want to help business owners. We happen to work with dentists because we care. How's dentistry going to survive corporate dentistry coming in? How's a solo practitioner going to survive corporate dentistry? The same reason. You care. You go to PDSI, Pacific Dental Services Incorporated, and it's Dr. Nick today, and people love Dr. Nick, and then they come in and here's who's Dr. Berger. I don't want that guy to do my crown. Well, Dr. Nick moved on. And they come back the next year to have the other crown done, and then it's Dr. Somebody else. Patients aren't that, the right patients with the same value set aren't that dumb. They're going to be attracted. They might go away for a season, but they'll be back. When you drop an insurance program, it's scary, but they'll be back. Solo practitioner, dentistry is going to survive for the same reason how Burkhart's going to survive, because our value set's the same. And we're going to attract those types of clients. You're going to attract those types of patients. You're going to attract those types of employees to help you succeed. So I just want to go through briefly, where's Emil Barraza?
Right here.
All right, so Dr. Mark Barraza and his partner in the practice, Dr. Heather Adams. So Dr. Barraza has a son, Emil Barraza, and he's got a great idea with Privy, and you can talk to him later. Privy is the private membership software to offer to patients instead of them buying dental insurance from their provider. Dr. Safar has something interesting to talk about in the same regard. But afterwards, if you want to talk to Emil, get his card and just try to find out what Privy is all about. It's something in that line of how the solo practitioner can help be sharper against corporate dentistry. Instead of the money going to the insurance companies or the politicians or any of that BS, it can go to you guys. So Okay, so then practice CFO, where's Paul Lipkiss? Oh, there he is, okay. Paul and his partner Greg is here somewhere. Every business needs a CFO. So many small practices, small businesses, doesn't matter what the business is, typically the business owner is the CFO, the COO, and all these things. To outsource some of that stuff on occasion to a good CPA who does a lot more than just your regular CPA and his focuses on dentistry, healthcare providers. Where's T? Hughes. Every business needs a good operations guy. So whether it's once every 10 years, once every 20 years, it's good to sometimes work with a consultant and to make sure the business systems are set up properly. Where's Mike from Nobel? There you go. Brandon Mark Implants, right? Enough said. Yeah, Mike Novak. Nobel, BioCare. You know, quality manufacturers with science-proven stuff. You know, there's other good implants, and there's a million implants. Why do people buy Nobel? You know, why do people buy Nobel? There's a lot behind it. You know, they're passionate about it, and there's a lot of science behind it. Where's Matt Mitchell? Kerr. There you go, Matt. Kerr Restorative, a good materials guy. You know, I don't know every answer of every question about bonding agent, but those guys do. You know, new materials and cements. And where's Ryan Headley with ADEC? Yeah. So dental equipment. I mean, Ken Austin started this dental equipment company. How many years ago? 54 years ago. Austin Dental Equipment Company, ADEC. And there's probably equipment that's still out there in dentistry being used today that's 54 years old and still working. And people say, oh, ADEC's expensive. Well, Pelton and Crane is expensive too, at the same price point, but I don't know if it's going to last the same amount of years. Probably shouldn't have said that. Sorry, Matt. Pelton and Crane is all right. We work with Pelton and Crane too, so if you really want to buy a Pelton and Crane chair.
Let's not take that back to our Daniel.
Oh, yeah. We buy the same deal, sorry.
We can help you though if it's 54 years old.
Yeah. So, okay, just a couple more. Wells Fargo, Juan. So Wells Fargo, you know, everybody needs to, businesses need to go in debt, and the right kind of debt, not to buy the new Ferrari or the, you know, you want to fund the, when your retirement is funded, that's when you buy the toys, right? You taught me that.
That's right.
You did. Yeah.
But he has a lot of money.
Yeah. Dental toys that make him money. Yeah. And then IT guys, where's James Matthews? So thanks everybody for hanging in there through this really long thing. But I think you get where I'm going. So you need a good IT guy, man. Your brother-in-law who works for the attorney's office is not going to carry you through success. Those images are going to go down. The server's going to go down. You need those images. You need those files. Hey, accounts receivable, that's a lot of money riding on a server that your brother-in-law put together. You need somebody that knows dentistry. And there's probably several people in this room that have lost tens of thousands of dollars because of that scenario. I bet you there's at least a couple. So I've seen it happen. It's only been 18 years. And then finally, Kelly Moriarty's in the room. Where's he at? Kelly and Chris Ross. So I was introduced to Chris Ross when I first started dentistry, and Chris worked as Paul's understudy, Paul Braun's understudy, and now Kelly is kind of Chris's understudy. So Paul focuses on medical real estate. Chris was like, what if I specialize in dentistry? There's not a better set of people to work with when it comes to realtors than Kelly and Chris Ross. And we're putting together deals, talking about medical condo deals. It is such interesting stuff. There's ways to win in areas where it's ridiculously expensive to buy land. There's ways to buy medical condo buildings and to really make that happen. So you're not buying a 40,000 square foot, $15 million building. You're just buying a, you know, the monthly cost might break down to be about the same as what rent is. You know, so there's special things that those guys are doing. But yeah, there's a couple people here that already own their own medical condos. It is possible. And man, when you know, in the last years of selling that practice, and even 10 years after selling that practice, maybe when you decide to sell the real estate to that guy, or maybe you hold on to it for your kids or whatever it is, like that's just more options in your life. And it could cost a similar, maybe not the same exact, but there's a way that might cost about the same amount of money. So
100% financing.
yeah.
Just say.
So okay, so sorry I'm going so long. I know I'm taking too much time here, so I'm trying to get through this faster. So Dr. Machado was not able to make it. Obviously, he's a local oral surgeon. I believe Dr. Eckstein is here somewhere.
He's at the food bar.
Dr. Guile is here, did I see? Yep. And is Dr. Alexi here?
No, he's not here tonight.
Okay,
He's
so
here in spirit.
so you know, good
Dr.
dentistry.
Thomas is here as the new.
Oh,
new
I'm
member.
sorry. Thank you. Sorry. What is your name again?
Dr. Havis. Derek Havis.
Derek Havis. So welcome. So the point of this, obviously, is good to do good dentistry, to become that person that you're going to be tomorrow. You need good specialists, and you can learn from these people, even though they might be younger. Like that guy studied oral surgery. I mean, he just came out of that what's it called, like a gauntlet or a crucible. You know, man, that's got to be, you know. So okay, and Andy Trapocas first. Yeah, there he is. Perio Pros, dual board certified Perio Pros. And he's my friend, he's a surfer, and he's from Philadelphia, and he likes the Eagles. Where's Paul? Up at them. Sorry, he's a Cowboys fan, so you can get him in the parking lot later, Dad. So NFC East, the Cowboys do not like, well, the Eagles fans do not like the Cowboys. But he's okay, he's a good guy. So Chris Peterson can't be here tonight because it's his daughter's birthday. And Bruce Abe is, where's he at? Yeah, there he is. I mean, those guys are the, you know, and Dr. John Peterson, of course, those guys are the, you know, one of the premier peri practices, if not the premier peri practice in Hillcrest. So good story there. And I should have started with this one. Sorry, I put George and Alex Matosian, Dr. George and Alex Matosian. I put them as, you know, they're prosthodontists in the La Mesa area. And of course, Dr. Peter Johnson, standing next to him, prosthodontist in the La Mesa area. And Kevin Harrell couldn't be here tonight, endodontist in the Carmel Valley, Sereno Valley area. But Catherine Thompson, she's here, I believe. Yep, there she is, in UTC, by Gordon Biersch. Great spot to meet for lunch. sorry, Rock Bottom. Yeah, Rock Bottom, sorry. Endodontist in the UTC area, and then so there's a couple other names on the list of people that aren't here, but so okay. My whole point of this is saying that a study club like Odontic Seminar is something that can take these young guys. I probably talked to everybody's ear off about these stupid pens, but you know, so there's young people out there that have a green asterisk, or they might not be here and they're young and they're greenhorns, and you know, they just got out of dental school. And where's Anthony Adams? Right there he is. And then there's seasoned
Watch your
individuals
language.
like Dr. Michael Kopp. So at a study club like this, just organically, you can have sitting next to each other this guy that you happen to represent, and then this guy that you happen to represent, and a bunch of other people that are in the audience, by the way. And this guy's so excited about good dentistry and doing it the right way, and it's been successful, being honest and fair, and always driving you towards being a better person and having a great staff and just doing the whole thing the right way. This guy's going to naturally want to spend time with this guy, and then this guy's going to bring cases over to this guy's office and say, how do I do this? And I don't know if I can do this. And you know, maybe I should just do a couple. Well, look, if you do these crowns like this, and if you do the occlusion like this, and you set your point of reference, and you go from there. And I don't know a lot about occlusion, but I know a little bit. It can be dangerous. Andy's rolling his eyes right now. But you know, those kind of relationships just naturally happen. And I'm not even saying that guy is going to buy that guy's practice, but it could happen. It really could. And this is the kind of study club where stuff like that happens. So I want to let Dr. Kopp, he's my client, and I'm honored to the chance to work with him for many years. I want to ask you to come up here and introduce
I can
Dr.
speak
Matosian.
loud from here.
Yeah.
All right, so